ran into another little problem. Okay, this is where mocking up does a lot of good. So I was gonna put 2 washers on the inside of this pin, right? That pins this thing together. And then I was like, oh, I should probably check this, make sure I have clearance for that. Well, when I have 2 of those washers in there, I don't have as much clearance. And so basically when it collapses, it's gonna hit that before it hits this, or hits this and rests on this. So, just kind of wondering what I should do with that. Kind of makes me want to think that these washers should be smaller, the same size as this pin, because then that would probably fit better when that comes back, because it won't stick out farther past this. That'll give me my stop. So now I got a whole new dilemma, which isn't cool, man. I don't have a lathe to be able to turn them, so then I'm gonna have to probably get something different, and that's gonna be probably special and expensive. So guys, that's where we are right now. I just found out that that's not gonna work as nice as I thought it was going to work. We gotta make them smaller to the size of this piece here, so that way it don't stick out that far. You know, if I could get rid of that, was probably about 1/4 of an inch, then this would be able to come across and, you know, V back all the way like it's supposed to. Otherwise I'm gonna be hitting on this, which probably would not be a good thing. It'd bend up on this, or it'll bend up on the wing, and I don't want neither one of those situations. So, and I thought I'd be good to put this thing together without any runniness from the Cosmoline. That was supposed to dry already. It might be because of the heat and humidity we've been having, but it is not dry, and it's just running right out of there. I mean, I sprayed all in here, all up and down, tried to make sure it's all coated in there. So guys, now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. I don't know if I'm gonna just take and grind them round. Probably that. That also makes it's gonna be close if I can get that in there, because it might still hit on the end of the pin. We gotta see. It's just it's gonna be something there. I wish there was a pocket or some other way of doing. They had some other way of doing that, but it looks like we're gonna have to cut that down a little bit. So that's not good. I scratched it a little bit already, moving it around. So I might get some clear coat to spray on it, because it's kind of just, it's not as strong as I'd like it to be. So the paint color, and I really hate to scratch it all up before I even use it. So I'm gonna have to touch up here. Okay guys, let me figure out what I'm gonna do with this, because I really want the hardened washers, the grade 8 washers on there, to try to keep that from bending all to hell like it did last time. So now my plan of putting the soft washer and the hard washer, the grade 8 washer like this, and that doesn't look like that's going to be a good idea, because it's going to stretch me out into that area. I might be able to do it if I grind them both down, but that's going to be tough to do both of them. I mean, it's going to be, that's not going to be a fun job at all. So let me see what we got here. We have to figure something else out here, because that's not going to work the way it is. And that's what happens, you know, you're making something and things just don't go the way you planned it to, because I didn't foresee that hitting in there. I thought that they'd have more than enough clearance in there for that, but apparently that's a tight fit in there if I want that to be able to V all the way. And I'm not sure if it needs to V all the way, but I'd rather have it stop against this part of the head than try to stop on this part alone, because then I know I'm going to just bend shit up. I mean, that ain't going to be no good. And then go through all this work to bend it all up, just moving it in and out. It doesn't look, it's not a good situation, guys. So yeah, we got to come up with a solution for this. I wish I had a lathe here where I could just pop them in the lathe and turn them down. That would be like the cat's meow. So grinding them was really not going to be a great thing to do, because they're going to be all kittywampus, not going to be perfect. So, all right, guys, let me figure out what I'm going to do with this. I'll come back to that. See, this is the thing about when you're doing stuff, and the unknowns are always the problem when you start putting things together, is the little parts you run into that you didn't plan. Yep, so okay, we'll see you in a little. All right, I got one wing on. You guys, I was having a little issue with that pin that goes through there. So I'm gonna probably tack that one so it doesn't fall out. Just give it a tack job. I'll come in here at the welder and just get a little zip there right on top to hold it. Probably have it a little bit on the loose side, not super tight against it. Okay, then the hard part's going to come with getting the next one in. So the next one's going to be a little pain in the booger because I am one person by myself. Trying to hold this one in place and get the pin through it at the same time, it's going to be quite the challenge. It's one reason why I didn't put the cutting edge on it yet, because I figured if it sit flat with this on it, and so I should put the cutting edge on last so I can lift that all up with the crane, and the crane should be able to hold it. So yeah, then I could slip my cutting edge on. But to try to wrestle with those things on with the cutting edge, give me all kinds of misalignments, and so I just wanted to do it this way. I figured this way would be the easiest way. All right, guys, so that's where it is, and this is what I did to the pin on this side. Kind of made it like a mushroom on this side. Try to get as much clearance on there as I can, so that hopefully that the wing ain't smacking into this and bending the piss out of it. So we don't want that. So that's where we're at. Everything's getting greasy. I might spray it with a clear coat. I'm gonna have to order it. So then I'm gonna have to wipe everything down again and spray it with clear. And just do it while it's all together, I guess. Because the paint is not as chip resistant as I want it to be, because I didn't add any hardener. No, I did 4 coats. So that was my bad on that. But you know, I want to get it done. And that's what you get when you start rushing things and doing processes that you should probably do a little bit more on, and you don't. So now comes the challenge. Gotta go get the other one. So, all right, guys, I'll be right back. Hopefully I'll have it together without any problems. And don't kill myself. That's the big thing. Those things aren't light. Okay, guys. I'll show you where your steel toes. That's what I can say, because I dropped that one on my toe. So good thing I had my safety yard, because it didn't hurt anything. Just using it as a stop. So, okay, guys, what I did is I struggled to get it in because I did this by myself. I had the hoist on this one holding it up, and then I gave this one a good kick, and then I was able to get everything together, and I got it almost all the way down, and I had to give it a little pop with a hammer, and it made its way all the way down. So, okay, I'm gonna have to weld this yet. I'm not gonna do that quite yet. because I'm not sure if this is going to be on for good now or not. Okay, back here, guys. I'm going to start putting the rest of it together. I've got to order the cylinders yet for it, for the angle cylinders. So I got to do that probably today or tomorrow. So that's where we're at on that. I can't think of anything else I really would tell you. Oh, the pin. That pin, I had to make that fit in there. I can see that's going to be a wonderful time. So you can see, well, this one's hitting already, and it is hitting the pin. So with this total V'd back, it hits the pin on this thing. I don't know why it does that. You'd think it wouldn't do that, but it does. Oh, I knew I forgot what I was going to bring the sticker. I was going to put that Boss sticker on it today. But okay. So what our big plan is today is I'm going to make sure I tack weld that pin, because I don't think that's going to have to come out again. And then I'm going to put the cutting edges on. I got snowmobile cart. You know, you put on your snowmobiles to roll them around your garage if you want, the little carts. So I figured those would be perfect for this. You put one on that blade, one on that blade, and the third one on the back part, holding that up, so I should be able to scoot it all around all really easy. So that'll be pretty good. All right, so it's going to look impressive when we get the cutting edges on it, because it's going to make it look a lot bigger, because here the cutting edges are. So, okay guys, that's where we're at. If you have any questions, put it in the comment box. Got suggestions how I could have done it better, let's share the info. You know, I'm not perfect by any means, guys, and I learned a lot as I do stuff. So that's where we are today. I'll let you see once the cutting edge is on and do a little more video on it. So we'll see you soon. All right guys, here we go. I just got done welding the pin on this side. It's hard welding this stuff like this, so it's not the best. So I'm gonna go and grind it, try to grind a little button out of it like I did the other side. Try to keep it clean as possible here. So I'd really like to have done it a different way, but they don't give me any choice with the way the tolerance of the wings are to this. So this is what you got to do. That's of course that's a grade 8 washer welded to a tool steel shaft, 1-inch tool steel. So all right guys, we'll catch you in a little bit. I'm going to do a little grind job, and then I think I'm going to bring the other part of the carriage back here and start trying to figure that out, how, you know, put that together, and maybe we'll get springs on it. Like I said, I don't have the cylinders yet. Well, wait, no, we're back up. We're going to do the cutting edge first before anything else. So we'll do the cutting edge on it. And I forgot my Boss sticker. Okay, guys. All right, guys. So this is what I did here. I noticed when I was moving this that this would always flex a lot. So what I did is I cut some 3/16 and I made like a little mini I-beam here. I just got it tacked in here to make sure everything's going to work okay. And it clears around the thing just fine. So that's okay. So that's what's on an RT2, how an RT2 latches. And that moves these little fingers up and down. So guys, okay, if you want to know that this is an RT3, let's go over here to this baby, this beautiful thing here. So that's how that latches down there. It's a totally different setup. So, you know, this, I think you just yank this baby out and it's a pin. And then it pops back in when you're ready to go. Not a bad setup. This one over here is a little more crude. That's probably, you know, it's the first one that was like this as these years. So I believe this is like mid 90s this thing is. So, all right. So then I'm gonna weld this up. If this all clears everything, I'm gonna weld it here, weld it in here, make it really stout. So that way, when I'm putting the lever in, that it's actually moving, because I see that, you know, well, of course it was bent before, so it didn't move very well. And they were using the hammer on it, so that's another reason why this was all banged up for them hammering on it. Bam, bam, bam. So we're gonna try to not have that issue. So we're gonna have that in there like that, and it should be pretty good here. So, all right guys, that's where we are now. I'll get right back to you. And I probably won't do any more recording today because I see my GoPro battery is just about dead. All right, see you guys later.